is 6,000 for men and women together. Women, just the average is 6,000. The average house apartment is 1.5. If you'll do 6,000, 72,000 a year, it's 720 in 10 years, and it's 1.5, even less in 20 years. So if I work 20 years and put my whole salary, I may be able to buy a house. The only problem is, like I explained to you, that we make 6,000 and the rent is 3,000, so we can't really save that money, and the food is very expensive, so we can't save anything. And of course we can't save an apartment, because that's working 20 years, saving all your money. So it's just like not proportional to anything. And the reason it happened is a few reasons. First of all, that Israel has a very strong, used to have a very strong מדיניות, policy of not selling the Hebrew land.
Yeah.
So it was because we didn't want, we were poor in the beginning, whatever, and we didn't want like everybody to buy the land, and then we'll be. So what happened was that 93% of the land is still owned by the government. We had a competition that is called, and they're selling it little by little. So we really don't have enough supply. So what happens is that the pricing is very high, because the demand is very high. Also, they're selling it not like they're selling it for the high bid,
like for people that have the money. So therefore, if
they're selling it for the high bid, the people who can afford to buy it, if there's such a big demand to buying it, it's just going to be always the highest. And then if they're the richest people in Israel, they're going to sell it, they're going to build it. First of all, they build it like very like high class buildings, top rush. And second of all, even if they do sell it, if they bought it for so expensive, they can sell it also for expensive, and also because there's not no demand. So what we want is the government to buy these lands and sell it, not for the high bid, but for the person who will offer the best offer for people. And that's about apartments.
And that's what you mean by affordable housing?
Affordable housing is actually, it's a lot of different stuff, but this is a general thing. Affordable housing is just like the government. It happens in New York. They buy, let's say, abandoned building, they fix it up, and they sell it for just the cost. Not for how much it is on the market. Two different things. It has no connection between how much it is to build an apartment and how much is priced in the demand market, in the market. So what we want is for them to build and to sell it to us in the cost. Also in the United States, in Chicago, you have affordable housing means that if you sell the land for interpreter, that's the word?
A what?
Interpreter.
Entrepreneur, yeah.
The guy who builds.
Yeah.
Yeah, entrepreneur.
Somebody trying to make money.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So he has to put 30% of the buildings to do for just the cost. That's not so bad, because the government, let's say instead of 8 floors, you're going to let him do like 10 floors, and the next 2 floors, he's going to, like the government says, okay, build 10 floors, but these 2 floors sell just for how much it costs you. Like something that goes in different countries, we don't have that. So from all these buildings, nothing is actually, low cost. That is like general about apartments. There's a lot more, but another thing that we have is high expenses in Israel. Like I told you that 50% about it goes for rent, and like 40% goes for food. Because food is just absurd. It's so expensive. I think the reason is because 50% of all the food is bought from 4 main big, like Costco. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
Big box.
Big box.
Oh, like a big box store. Costco.
Bulk. It's like bulk items. Like they only sell like a certain amount of items at that like one store.
No, a big store.
Yeah, we have Costco, Sam's.
How do you call that? Like
a chain.
Corporation. So in Europe and America, the average is 27 cents that all the food that is bought from one concentrated corporation. Thank you. But by us it's 50%. And it's just, what happens is that they're just raising the price because they can't. Also, the suppliers are screwed because they're not making any money. It's just them that they are making the money. And we're trying to be like a capitalist country, but we're not. I mean, I wish we were, because they say it's free market, but it's not. If we had free market, everybody, any supplier would be able to sell their food. But no, we have laws against stuff. Like, if you're making milk, you can't sell it. There is I don't know how to say that, like a group that decides who could sell and who
like licenses?
Not. Licenses, exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about licenses. Can't sell vegetables or fruit or anything. It's all about licenses, and they're like not letting them sell. And of course we can't import because whatever it's gonna hurt the Israel economy, and we wanna encourage Israel work, but it's bullshit because just like nobody is not getting to us, we're not getting it. So it's not really a free market. You understand?
Right.
So then we're getting screwed from both ways.
How old are you?
What's your name?
Sarah Becker.
And you're from the States, or you're from?
I was born in New York. My mom made Aliyah when I was 1 year old, and I've lived here.
And so who are you living with, like, here now? Who came with you, like, when you decided
I came
to come?
alone. I told you I came back from New York, and I quit my job before I went to New York because I went there to try to make money. A lot of Israelis do that. They try to go to New York or the, States or Europe to try to make money. It's very common. So I travel everywhere. And I went there, I tried, then I came back. And on July 14th, I was still looking for an apartment. I saw a lot of apartments. I saw the pricing, so I was very depressed about it. And then I saw on TV that a few, people my age opened tents because there were demonstrations against the high cost. And I was like, I just came straight here, and at the beginning we were 20 tents, but everybody who saw it just felt like they had to come.
Were you a part of the first 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody felt they had to come. I didn't know them before. I didn't see it on Facebook. I just saw it in the news. But I feel everybody are like joining from here, from the stomach. That's why it's really succeeding. Because also everybody came and first day gave us food, and now we have 400 meals a day. And it's not like something that is organized. It's every day people come and donate food. So the suppliers are donating stuff because they're also suffering. So it's instead of only a few people are gaining from this condition, and all the rest are
The system. So where are you getting electricity?
The neighbors are donating. They gave us, we're just doing it for their own houses. Some of the bathrooms here were donated by somebody. I could tell you from seriously, because I was the one at the beginning that somebody came and said, oh, I want to donate bathrooms. Good, great. Let's think where we're gonna put it. It's everything is just donation. Sure. Yeah, I feel very lucky that I don't work now and I don't pay rent, and it just happened by coincidence. So I could have just started again. But a lot of people here go to work. Where's bar? They go to work, they come after. Let's say some of them are waiters, so it's easier. And some of them actually have real jobs, and they go and they come back easier. Some of them are actually even paying rent, but still it's important for them to come. I would understand if you pay rent, you wouldn't be in your house and not feel totally screwed.
Yeah. Everyone you've just met here, and you guys have just kind of become a family. And
yeah, this group is it's pretty close. For me, at the beginning, I barely my tent was here. My tent was first one here, I would barely sit here because I was always going around doing stuff. But now I'm more.
Is this one here? The orange one?
The one next to the orange one. The second one. But yeah, they're always here. Some people are more moving, and some are just so they're here, they're not moving. But it's nice when I come back. I always feel sitting here.
Are you scared at all? To like, like maybe how long will this go on, or?
I'm scared only that it's gonna end with no results, and I think it's gonna be very, very hard because a lot of people here, beginning they came because of the more they stayed here, the more they had more expectations. Because in the beginning, all I wanted was just a solution for rent and buying apartments, and then it became like about the high expenses of living, and then it became about solidarity. You know what solidarity is?
Yeah.
And then it became all about us Jewish people and Arab, whatever, Israelis joining together, all those different segments. It became like very spiritual. I don't want to. We have a saying in Hebrew, "Halom v'shikol," the break of the dream. I just really hope that it's not going to be like, oh wow, and then people are going to be really, really disappointed if stuff are not going to change.
So how long are you prepared to stay here?
Everybody's asking me that, and I always say the same answer, that I think it's like if you're coming to, let's say, fight for one thing, let's say, I don't know, the high solar or something. So you have like a lot of other stuff out there, but if in the end of the month, I feel like anything I'm going to go now, like I said, I'm going to go down and find a job in rent, right, an apartment. At the end of the month, most likely I'm going to be in minus, in zero or minus.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and like I said, I have to work 20 years just to save for an apartment. So I'd rather be here a year. I might have, better. It might be better for me to stay here a year, and I'll get more results than if I'll go and work 20 years and not get anywhere. Even if I work 20 years, like I said, I'm not going to save anything because.
Yeah. So.
I'm just like, as long as if I find something out there that is better than I thought, that maybe I can change something here.
What do you guys call yourselves? I mean, are you a group, or do you have a name, or just people?
Yeah. There's a lot of little groups that have been before. That were fighting before, but then everybody looked at them as like these weirdos, or not weirdos, but people that are
Like they're labeled, so it's like
yeah,
that.
no, like the socialists. But now, like suddenly when it's just like really individual, now like they're getting legit. But we're just, I think the power of this demonstration is that it's not labeled by an organization. It's just people.